Hello, everybody. Chris Wood here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in, anybody that might. And by the way, I noticed I have a new subscriber, so I want to say welcome to my channel and thank you very much. Today has been a very, very rough day. I've had nothing but burning and actually what once again smells and tastes like urine going through my body from my insides being completely and totally screwed on me. When I eat now, even my food goes to my right side of my body instead of my stomach on the left, and it is doing serious damage to the inside of me. It's decaying me. I know this. There is nothing I can do about it. I went to the hospital the other day by ambulance, and as soon as the ambulance driver left, the triage woman that was working was rude. She was ignorant. She was telling me to sit down, to shut up, to behave. Like, I was being seriously talked down to by this woman for no reason whatsoever. She was trying to start bullshit. And as soon as the EMS driver left, I was told that I shouldn't have even been there and to go. So once again, I got kicked out of the hospital and was prevented medical help and treatment. Once again, by even going by an ambulance and still being refused. So it goes to show you just what Lennox and Addington Hospital is about, your lies, your cover-ups. Dr. Barton laughing in my face over being sodomized by Staff Sergeant, by O.P.P. Staff Sergeant, and Billy Wooldridge. And then Dr. Pritchard trying to have me committed for having it happen. Like it was my fault. I never asked to have that happen to me by a damn cop and a sex offending piece of shit garbage in any way, shape, or form. So I have been having stuff going through my body. My head's been swelling in the back. My face has been swelling all day long, on and off. I am completely numb once again in my head, in my face, especially on my right side. And I'm getting what feels like liquid or something as I'm doing this right now in the right side of my chest, around my nipple area, actually. So, and this happens a lot. My lung is on my right side is completely screwed. My kidney on my right side is completely screwed. I am a 3.5 year revenge retaliation, medical blacklisting, medical discrimination, medical treatment refusals. I am a revenge retaliation victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police for speaking their crimes. As a result, I became a victim. They're human traffickers, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, children to pedophiles, adults to sex offenders, homeless human trafficking, and homeless exploitation for monetary gain, identity thefts, identity frauds. O.P.P is guilty of having William Wooldridge and Blair Hardy stalk my mother and kill her in December of 2020. I have been injured, tortured, medically blacklisted again, skull split, skull deformed, brain injured, and body mutilations again. I'm getting seriously injured on a daily basis. It's being done to me from what is called remote neuro monitoring. It is police and military tech. And I know that sounds crazy for a lot of people who don't believe it, but I have proven it. It was 100%, 100% real. It's police and military tech. It's been in use since the 60s. I have proven it and can more. And it is a nano microchip implant. And I know when people start hearing implants in that, they automatically assume, oh, crazy or something, conspiracy. But I once again have proven it. Nano microchip implant designed for the central nervous system. And it enables for another to have invasive surveillance, to see what a person sees, to hear what another person hears. As a result, I have it being used on me by a bunch of junkies who are drug fed, money paid co offenders with and for Ontario Provincial Police. They're untouchables, they're unarrestables. I have been surrounded hands on guns by police to prevent any arrest on them, having a justice of the peace laugh in my face, accusing me of being high on marijuana and hallucinating, being sodomized once again by O.P.P Staff Sergeant Wooldridge, who happens to be a harbored sex offender inmate, a dangerous offender, obviously identity thief. He's highly psychotic. He believes that we were switched at birth, but he also believes that he is Harry Potter. And when he was stalking my mother with Blair Hardy, he was calling my mother mom as well. So how the hell could we be switched at birth when he was calling my mom? He's in his 70s and my mother was 77. The delusional piece of shit. And Blair Hardy or Tyler Lake and his woman Holly Carlisle are also guilty of attempted murder on my dog Runt by now giving him cancer by using R&M on the damn pug dog that you did have or do have, whatever, or Michelle Irish now has, or that you're hiding. Because I seen Holly Carlisle was out with another new dog, a brownish red one. So either way, you still had or have that pug dog, and you were using remote neuro monitoring between the two of them, and as a result, you deformed my dog and you gave him cancer, just like Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy did to my mother by giving her tumors from the radiation and EMFs from this shit. I'm a revenge retaliation human traffic victim. Injuring, torturing, kidnapping, sex assaults, false arrest, lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals, except for on me to deflect crimes and also in an attempt to give me a record which I never previously had. Also, so they could get my pictures, prints, signatures, and everything else they needed for this forgeries, framings, and frauds against me. And I will not be proven wrong by O.P.P. Just like when they stole and forced my blood and piss May 27, 2021, after SHELLEY HAFFNER had me kidnapped under false pretenses, and that was to shut me up. Being shot by the ex-O.P.P chief, not having any medical problems prior or anything else happened to me prior to 2019 August when I was shot by ex-O.P.P chief, and then all of a sudden all my problems started medically, and then the lies, the time buying, the cover-ups, and more, the treatment refusals, being treated like a piece of shit, and then I would walk out and being made to look like I was refusing treatment. And before I was told to leave the other day at the hospital, I was told by the triage nurse that they absolutely have no medical history on me whatsoever. That's kind of funny. That is so kind of funny. So they've been doing a lot of tampering and a lot of covering up over the last 6 months since July when I was last there before I was kicked out once again by Paladin Security through Dave or Wayne Covey Duck. So And that was there again to once again help cover up crimes because I've been wanting doctors arrested and charged for what they're guilty of on me, and this is their way to keep me from the hospital. This is their way to do what they gotta do to fucking get out of what they're trying to get away with. They've been aiding Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Legg, Jason Van Alstyne, and all these other junkies who are doing this to me. They're aiding them in committing homicides. They're aiding them in committing identity thefts. They're aiding them in injuring and torturing them while refusing help to their victims. Dr. Barton, not only did he laugh in my face after being sodomized, but he also told me he would never help me unless I seen a psychiatrist first, and I'd still like to know what that is based on because I have no psychological history in any way, shape, or form. If it would have come to that point where I would have needed that kind of help, I would have gotten it, but I did not need it, so I had no history in that way, in any way, shape, or form. So that's bullshit, along with the long criminal record and history about me, which is a lie. I once again never had a record or history until I was falsely charged by O.P.P and the doctors, and that was done once again to give me a record and to deflect their crimes. I have proof of me trying to get arrested and being surrounded, hands on guns, and I have proof of obstructions and everything else from O.P.P on video on my YouTube channel. So these are the ones responsible. Bert Hummin or Human, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, and the woman that you can barely see is Maggie Falls. And also Javen Allstein. That's the police in Napanee and O.P.P in general, and the hospital that's been covering their crimes through Wayne Cubby Duck, Sarah Fiddler, Paladin Security, Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, file falsifier, medical blacklister, and also girlfriend to STACEY, mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now in Kingston. She left to further distance herself from this and also hopes for deniability, and also because there is more victims there to human traffic the homeless. There is Spencer Mills 14716, now allegedly in Aurelia, ex-chief or commander, year 2019, staff sergeants, years 2019 and 2021, Shannon CORK, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, STACEY, the mental health worker, and SHELLEY HAFFNER, mental health worker and O.P.P cop. And she's the one that had arranged through Judge Chappelle in Kingston to have me kidnapped May 27, 2021, 24 hours after asking for help. Conveniently, when they found out what they'd done, they left. These are seriously dangerous people that work with and for O.P.P, and they need to be found and arrested under all circumstances. They're guilty of attempted murder and doing this to me as well. This is Maggie Falls and Bert Hustler. It can happen, and it is happening, and it's not just a female crime or an ageless crime. It happens to men as well. This is Blair Hardy. This is one of the main ones, and he is also boyfriend to Spencer Mills and also allegedly Bandito leader. And he's a drug trafficker, drug glacier. He's guilty of multiple murders here. He's got guilty of raping a woman who is now dead as well. And he is one of the ones that was stalking my mother and guilty of killing her in 2020. That is Billy Wooldridge, bald, blonde, or bald glasses, goatee, or sometimes a goatee like Blair Hardy, and approximately 70 to 73 years old. Frequents a local pub downtown here in Napanee and a coffee shop. He's a harbored inmate, sex offender, wanted serial killer, and he needs to be arrested at 149 Center Street North, but O.P.P will not touch him. He is their boss with Hardy. This is Tyler Lake, approximately 30 years old, 25 to 30 years old, and one of the main ones doing this to me also. My identity theft and change is what has been happening to me. He needs to be found. He needs to be arrested. He's guilty of attempted murder, and he is also guilty of trying to kill my dog Runt as well, with his girlfriend, Holly Carlisle. And Jason Two Step, Gimpy Van Alstyne. These bastards need to be found and they need to be arrested. He is also guilty of aiding in the murder of Jack Clark as well. And he's guilty of my identity theft and changes. He's guilty of attempted murder on me. And this is also about ending my Wood bloodline as well with these fuckers through O.P.P revenge, who they will not touch, who they feed drugs to and money and seriously protect. He is a very seriously fucked in the head major crackhead, and he needs to be arrested by all means necessary, but it's not going to happen because he's a prospect under Hardy and O.P.P, just like Tyler Teabag Lake is under O.P.P and Wooldridge as well. So I've been going through this for 3.5 years because I spoke police crimes, and as a result, this is finally finished. My skull's been split. I've been going through serious changes, which I have proven and shown, and nothing I've been able to do about this, so it's done. You won, you pieces of shit garbage. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope this is working, so I want to say be safe, everybody, and remember this is how O.P.P traffic, frame, and kill their victims here in Napanee. And they're using the pieces of shit that I've named along with the hospital and doctor who have been criminally and negligently co-committing on these crimes with me. Poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Be very, very aware and be very careful. Watch yourselves, watch your children, and watch your finances. They're also guilty of sex slavery, trafficking, pedophiles to or children to pedophiles and adults to sex offenders.